That is what he named it, right?
I think, yeah.
Okay. My name is Dakota Coran, and no, TJ is not here. This is why I am hosting now. It is about time. Feels good. I have the power. I am God here. Everyone obey.
No, no, I'm not going to.
So, Sierra's also not here, but we don't care about her. So, yeah, just me and Pelley. Pelley, how you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. I mean,
all right.
we're the 2 stars now, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to catch up.
Oh yeah. One note we should put right now is that normally TJ does the planning for these episodes. We do no planning whatsoever. He just says, "Hey, think of a game for this and prepare for it." That's it. That's all we really do. But he wasn't here today, so he didn't give us any topics, so we are going to wing it. All right? So, brace yourselves.
It's probably going to be pretty bad, but you know what?
So, first game I feel like we should talk about is a game that I started playing because I, who am not fortunate with money, must rely on PlayStation Plus and its free games.
Yeah, that's about how I am with Xbox, but you know.
And their free games for February is the game For Honor and Hitman 47.
Never actually played either one of them.
The first season of Hitman. The Hitman game. The first season. And I'm still playing Hitman. I love it so far. It's fun. I did kill people. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But For Honor, I love the game. But I have never raged so much on a game before in my life. And the main reason why is because of the multiplayer on there. The way it is, you have 3 factions. You have the Knights, Vikings, and Samurai. Now, I am a Viking. However, even though I'm a Viking, I can use a hero from the Knight faction. And so far, I have only played as 2 heroes. And that is the Warden, which is a Knight, who is part of the Knight faction. And then I'm also a Berserker, which is of the actual Viking faction. I love both the characters. So far, the Warden was the first one that I actually played as. And I thought I did decent with it. And then I recently started as a Berserker. And I'm pretty good. I die a lot, but I'm good.
See, the most I've ever raged was probably Black Ops. I was getting the Outlaw Gold. And I got to 4 kills so many times and then died. Oh, man, I ended up punching my leg a couple times and went a little bit further up by an accident. I was just so heated. I went down and I just nailed myself.
How do you punch yourself?
It was like in the moment. Like you're raging, you're getting mad.
Yeah, when you're raging, you don't go down towards your legs. You go to the side. Like you hit something that's not you or someone else.
If I go to the side, my right side, I'm hitting my friend. I go to my left side, I'm hitting absolutely nothing and throwing my shoulder out again. Like.
Okay, well, is there a mattress to like your bottom left?
Nope. There's a mattress about
or
3
like
or
a
4
cushion
feet
of
behind
anything.
Me.
Okay, here's what you do. You get up, you walk to a cushion of sorts, and you punch the crap out of it.
Good save. This is why we need TJ.
This is why we need to put this on our own channel.
Yeah.
We need to put this on our own channel. We need to stop using PNN. We need to stop using it because it is family-friendly content, and it is hard for this. It is hard to do this.
2 teenagers talking? Yeah, pretty much.
And if anyone out there is saying, well, you shouldn't be using that kind of language anyways, well, have you never been a teenager? Have you never? Like, ever?
I mean...
Have you not seen any teenager of today's society? It's a thing.
Yeah, and the way I see it, if cussing is the least that you do, go for it.
Yeah, it is. Ooh, that sounded nice. Hold up. I love that.
Okay, but anyway... Back to games.
Yeah. So, in For Honor, with the multiplayer version, how it works is it shows you a world map. And in there, you're supposed to claim territories. Now, you claim territories. It's very simple. You deploy troops to territories, or you even defend your own territories. Now, the way you access your troops is by you play online missions. You have the breach missions, which are fun. You need to play as defender or attackers. And if you're a defender, you basically have to defend your territory. If you're a attacker, you have to take over people's territory. It's very, very simple. Then there's domain. Domain, you just capture territories the way it goes. Breach, however, is a little different than domain because with breach, you have to protect a ram and basically get through gates and then kill a commander. There's a lot more to breach, and I think it's a lot funner. Like, I find it more fun. I don't know grammar, so no one grammar checked me.
This is why we were looking at our original, name. 3 Idiots. What was it?
It's called 3 Idiots Talk About Games. That was my original thing.
Yeah, whenever there's still 3 of us, but now there's 4 of us with Sierra.
Yeah.
So it'd have to be 4 idiots. But anyway. That.
But, and then you also have the duels and brawls. And basically a duel, 1-on-1, there are 5 rounds. First get 3 kills wins. And then in brawls, it's the same thing, but it's 2v2.
Yeah.
The duel and brawls and breach, I love. I hate Dominion. There's also a death match, and there's another thing, but I haven't played those 2 yet. I'm not comfortable with it because the first one's basically capture the flag sort of thing. Then the death match is 4v4, but I don't generally know how it works, and I'm not comfortable with it. I'm not comfortable.
Yeah.
If I don't know how it works, I'm not comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Everything else was straightforward.
Yeah, that's how I am.
But the fighting system and like the controls for it, it's a Ubisoft game, and this is beyond anything of what I've seen Ubisoft do so far. Like normally Ubisoft, when I think of them, I think of Assassin's Creed, think of Watch Dogs. I also think about the game Beowulf. And Beowulf I hated. And I thought, if anything, well, this might be similar to Beowulf from what I saw at the start. No, this is way more complicated. It's fun, but it is complicated. Because, see, when you're in a fight with another, like, hero type of, like, character, whether it's NPC or an actual person, you have to lock on to them. You lock on them by holding L2. Okay? And then, at the bottom of your screen, like, on your character, basically an outline of a shield will show up. There'll be 3 sections. Be above, there'll be left, and there'll be right. Okay? Now, in these spots is where you have a stance, and if you are in that stance, or depending on who you are, like, for the warden, once you're in that stance, anyone who swings, like, in that direction, like, if they're in the same stance and they swing, you block their attack. However, if you switch your stance, and they hit you in a stance that you're not in, they will hit you. Now, you can quickly switch your stance while they swing and deflect it. But if that's for the warden. Wardens is easy to block. Berserker, however, along with Peacekeeper and a few other heroes, you have to move it and hold it. You can't just stay in a stance. You have to actually move it and actually like be fast with this. That's not a huge problem with me because as a Berserker, you're fast too. So when they swing, I swing, making it very easy. But when they do manage to hit me, I can't block it in time. And if they are faster than me, like there's one that is part of the samurai faction. It's a hero. Well, majority of the samurai factions are extremely fast. Like you have one that dual wields katanas. You have another one that has a pole arm and does bleeding damage with it. Along with, and there's also one called an Orochi, which has a single katana. And then there's, I forgot how to pronounce it, but there's another one that has a great sword katana. They are all extremely fast. And I believe there's also one that's called Shinobi, which is a ninja that has basically scythes with chains on it. And this character is the most bull crap I have ever seen because of what they are able to do. And that is, they can, one, throw their sides at you and hit you at a distance. So in order to actually hit them, you have to charge them. And there is a charge attack for each person. They all have like a charge attack. You don't lock on, you just run and hit R2 when you're close. For the Berserker, it's called a boar charge or something like that. Now, then there's also their dodge move, which is complete and utter bullcrap because when they use it, they don't just go to the left. Like, if you dodge while you're locked onto someone, you just move towards the left of it. You just dash a bit to the left. These guys go completely 180 you to where first they're in front, then they're in the back. And unless if you are lucky, and I mean lucky enough to actually hit them while they do it, they can't do it. But no one's that lucky. No one's that lucky. Like, there's like a 1% chance of luck. And so I'm playing as like these characters doing all these different missions, and I will eventually fight one of these people, and I'll be like, it's such bullcrap. Like, absolute bullcrap.
See, I've never played it. I mean,
It's fun. That's the thing, though. It's fun.
Yeah, it honestly,
there's a lot of bullcrap in it, but it's fun.
if it's what I think it is, then it looks fun. I would love to play it, but I don't have the money or the Wi-Fi to do it.
Do you have PlayStation?
Nah.
Why don't you have PlayStation?
Listen.
What's wrong with PlayStation, bro?
I don't have the money. I got my Xbox for Christmas whenever we did have a little bit of money.
Then get it for Xbox.
Yeah, I don't have Wi-Fi. I don't have money.
Well, the campaign's fun either way.
Yeah, I don't have Wi-Fi or money. How am I going to get it with no money? And then I can't get it for free and download it if the Xbox has it. I don't have Wi-Fi.
And one thing with the multiplayers on For Honor, there's a huge chance you will get in a team with idiots that don't know what they're doing.
That sounds like
or
most
don't
games.
understand the concept of what they need to do, or don't even know strategy. Now, I don't say this to actually offend anyone. I only call them idiots because I'm a person that knows strategy. I think of strategies either way. If I were to go into the military, I'd be someone who thinks of strategies. I'm not going to the military, though. But strategy isn't something that I comprehend very well. So, when you put me in a mission like the breach missions, all right, if I'm defending, we have to defend towers and also gates. Like, we have to defend an outer gate and an inner gate. And then we have to at the same time, we have to kill their heroes, because the attacker heroes have a certain amount of respawns. And they can only gain respawns if they breach a door. Now, if our defenders have infinite, like, we can respawn as much as we want. And what no one realized, like, a lot of times, majority of the time I've played, what no one realized was that, hey, there are archer towers here. If the attackers take those over, they get a boost in time, meaning their ram moves faster and breaks faster, like breaches faster. If we take them over, they're slowed, and we also do damage to the ram. So it is essential that we guard each point. Now, at each gate, there are 3 points where they have archers, and then there's the middle place that's right above the gate. Now, right above the gate is a switch to basically damage the ram while it is attacking the door. That is for last. Now, I have made essentially every time I play these, I go straight for the first archer tower that the team would go to, which is tower 1. For some odd reason, majority of the time, I'm the only one doing this. Everyone else is saying, oh, wait, we have to stop this ram, go towards it and attack it, even though we don't really do much to it. We can't really attack it. It takes a while for people to figure that out. So I am up on towers, defending them, while I am also getting gained up by 3 other heroes. So this is 4v4 plus NPCs. So I will have 3 team members from the other side killing me in pretty much seconds. Because you can't block, unless if they are directly in front of you, you can't block all their attacks. Like, if they're in all in the same stance and in front of you, and they all swing at the same time, then you can block all of them. But when you have one in front of you, to the side, and behind you, you're dead. Give up then and there. Unless if you are lucky enough and they manage to, like everyone has a bar on like the bottom left of their screen. And if it gets full, you can use a move called Revenge, and it basically gives you shield for, like, infinite shield for a certain amount of time. But if they hit you, it goes, like, the time basically decreases. But you also have, like, infinite stamina, and stamina is also a bit factor in the game. Like, each swing costs stamina. Yeah, quick attacks, bit attacks, like, it goes down. It also recharges, but it, you know. It's something you have to like always factor in whenever you're going to attack.
Yeah.
But you get infinite amount of that, so you can swing all day. They can still block you though. So, if you're lucky enough to get the Revenge, just swing, just quick attack all the way through. But if there are still multiple of them, chances are you're gonna die either way. But might as well take a few out while you can.
Oh yeah.
But no one ever works together. There are rare times I've actually gone to a group of people that knew what they were doing. And it's only been recent because I've finally gotten my first reputation. And how the leveling goes is like you level up to 20, and then you start on reputation. Right now, I'm at level 20, reputation 1. And now I have to go up. I did that reputation 1 up. Like, I go through that another 20 cycles of leveling, and then I'll be reputation 2. But because I'm reputation 1, I am now more likely to get into people that know what they're doing. We still get idiots, though, that think they know what they're doing, but don't really know what they're doing. And cause me to lose a lot. And I could care less about losing. As long as my teammates know what they're doing, or at least trying to do what they're supposed to do, we are good. Like, I am good. I won't get mad or anything. But the fact that I am up guarding the towers by myself, and they're all doing their own thing, drives me insane. Like, that is what makes me so mad. I actually took a break from it a few days ago because I was like, I'm done. I'm not getting frustrated over this. I'm taking a break for a few days.
Yeah, I mean, I was at my friend's over the weekend, so I had Wi-Fi, and I was gonna grind because I want to get a yacht on GTA.
You kind of get the grind, although I don't play much GTA, so I don't really know much about the grind for GTA.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I just bought... I started off at 200,000.
Why do you want a yacht?
I don't know. It's just something that my friend's never going to get, so I'm like, I want to get it. I'm going to grind. I'm not going to spend any money. I'll probably already be there, but I was like, I'm going to buy a bunker. They're 40% off right now. I'm going to get a bunker. So I bought it, ended up spending about 2 mil. And then within a day, I got back up to 3.5 mil. And then I had to go home. So, I mean, I didn't have anything better to do. I was playing with my little brother that's somewhere in this room. But him and my little cousin kept dying. So, I was getting frustrated. So I got off for a minute. Got back on, they were off. So I was like, all right. I'm going to go ahead and get back on. I'm going to finish this. I ended up making 1.2 mil off of just one thing. So, I was pretty hypey. Hypey? That's my new word, hypey. Mixing happy and hype.
I think one of the greatest games I've ever played was Kingdom Hearts.
I don't think I've ever heard of it. Kingdom
Hearts. Really? You have not heard of Kingdom Hearts?
I don't think I have.
They just came out with a new game and people have been going crazy over it. Oh
Nope.
My god, people.
No Wi-Fi.
One lucky day will help Pelley to realize Kingdom Hearts is amazing. And each time you like, he will learn more. Help him, please.
I mean...
But, Kingdom Hearts, for anyone else out there that for some odd reason wouldn't know, it is a game that, alright, do you know the Disney Channel? Like the Disney World and everything like that?
Yeah.
Alright, do you also know Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
All right, take both of those, put them in a game, and bam, you got Kingdom Hearts.
Bam.
Bam. That's literally how this is. Like, you have Disney characters and you have Final Fantasy characters. Like Cloud, Leon, they're in there. Yuffie, I can't think of what the dude's name is, but Cloud's like evil half is in there too. Sephiroth, I think that's his name. Do you not know Final Fantasy either?
I know of the game. I just haven't watched much of it.
Okay, then I'm the same way. I only
Yeah.
know I know majority of my Final Fantasy knowledge is from Kingdom Hearts.
Makes sense.
Like, I know the character names. I have all my life wanted to play a Final Fantasy game, but I've never been able to find one. And if I start on a game, I have to play the entire series. I can't just go on like I can't just start from one, except for one of the new Final Fantasy games. It starts completely different as like very little of
Yeah.
the old stuff. I might
Yeah.
play that, but Kingdom Hearts is both Disney and Final Fantasy mixed together, and you play, and well, the main character, his name is Sora, and he's the wielder of the T-Blade, and the T-Blade is basically the key to unlocking. It's called the key to unlocking hearts, and what you have to do is you have to go from. There are multiple worlds. You're on, and you have a ship called the Gummy Ship, and you run around with Donald and Goofy. At first, you think, "Wow, this sounds like a really childish game." No. This is like the greatest game ever, because you have Disney, which is like it's like that really family friendly content. Even though a lot of the movies have adult humor in it that is like subliminally hidden, you have these like kid characters, like characters for kids, colliding with Final Fantasy characters, which is Final Fantasy is a video game series that is violence to like a huge extent, and it's for teenagers, a mature audience. So you have these two like different things colliding, and it just blends perfectly together. And you, as Sora, you have to go from world to world, and majority of the worlds, actually no, all the games I played 1, 2, and I tried playing one that was between them. It was called Chain of Dreams, maybe. I think that was the name of it. I tried playing it. I couldn't get into it for how the fighting was, like the combat was. I couldn't get into it. I didn't like it. So I plan on just watching someone's let's play of it, so I actually know fully what happens in that one. But 1 and 2, how it works is, you go, like, all the worlds are Disney like movies pretty much. And the first one, they didn't really stick to like the movie itself. They just kind of like kept characters and some of the story, kind of made it made it a little different because you're adding Sora and everything. Made it really different, but same premises in the first one. Like one that's in both 1 and 2 is Nightmare Before Christmas. That is a world on there. The world's called Halloween Town, which name of the town in Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yep.
And I love that. It's one of my favorite worlds to go to because you get Jad Skellington, you have Boo, you have Dr. Finkelstein. Like, you have all of them. And the outfit you get while in there, like, you dress up the theme of the world. Like, your look completely changes. And it is awesome. And so, in Halloween Town, you go down there in the first game, you basically have to stop Oogie Boogie. Like, that, like, he's the one you're fighting and all that kind of stuff, but it's not like the first movie. Like, Christmas isn't even a part of it in there. Like, Jad never even found Christmas in the first one. All you're doing is stopping Boogie. That's all you do. However, in the second one, they actually go along with what the movie actually is by showing Jad going into Christmas Town and all that kind of stuff. They introduce Santa, and they even have Boogie coming back from when you killed him, because Maleficent is the villain, at least one of the villains, one of the main ones. In the first game, there's one enemy in the first game. That's the Heartless. The Heartless are the main enemy through the entire thing. But then in the second game, well, in the Chain of Dreams, they introduce Organization 13. And I don't know if the Nobodies were introduced then, but that's when the organization was first introduced. And the organization is a complexion of Final Fantasy characters trying to conquer a realm, which is basically Kingdom Hearts is a realm that basically, if you control that, you control everyone, and is power of everything. And the only way to unlock it is if you have the Keyblade. Like, Keyblade lots that place, and whoever has the key is basically the guardian of it, and along with all the other worlds. Now, originally, Sora didn't sign up for this and didn't want anything to do with it. He kind of really resented the fact, but that's like every other hero story. They didn't want the power at first. But it's just so beautiful. It's so fun. Like, you actually get, like, playing it, you actually get to interact with like your child fantasies of actually interacting with the characters of your childhood. Like in the first game, you can go to Wonderland in the first game, and I loved Wonderland. Wonderland was amazing. Like you gotta meet the Mad Hatter and Treasure Cat. Like you gotta meet them. And it's awesome. You get to literally interact with your childhood childhood characters that you love. Tarzan was also in the first one. Then Kingdom Hearts 2, you had Halloween Town. You also had the Little Mermaid's place was on there along with the first one. Although I didn't like it in the second one. I didn't like the Little Mermaid's area in the second one. Mainly because in the first one, you actually got to swim around as like an actual like merman. Like, sorry, you're a merman. You actually get to swim around as it and fight like that. And the second game, no. You don't actually get to move around and fight like that. Yeah, you're restricted to one area, and the only way you move along is by doing, basically, I don't know what it's called. It's basically whenever you have to basically, like, the button appears on screen, you had to hit the button. I forget what that actually is called, and, like, actual, like, term-wise. But you had to do that, and you had to do it with singing. Like, because the movie Little Mermaid was a musical, you actually have to perform in, like, the songs. And so, when you actually fight, you have to go along with how, like, the buttons, they have to go with the coordination of the buttons on screen. And it is a pain. Like, it is an absolute pain, and I hated it. I didn't like it one bit.
Sounds fun.
But it is a beautiful game. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I might have to go look into it.
You need to get a PlayStation and get it.
Yeah.
Like, I've literally thought about digging out my PlayStation 2 and playing the first one again.
I have a PlayStation 2. I actually have two of them. I just haven't gotten a
I had
PlayStation
three.
3 or 4.
I had 3 PlayStation 2s. I only have one now because my first one was like a standard, like the big boy PlayStation.
Oh, yeah.
Was like a standard one of those.
Yeah.
And we gave it away. But before we gave that one away, I got another one, which was a Steelers themed. It was another big boy, Steelers themed. I liked that one. It ran well. It was pretty new. I didn't want to get rid of it. But those two were at my dad's house. All right. And we gave them away. Well, I had no choice to give it away. I had to give away both of them to some of their friends that they're not even friends with anymore. And it's like, I liked this PlayStation. They want another PlayStation. I'll go over to Mom's and grab my skinny one that I don't like. And they didn't have that one. I want this Steelers one because this one I actually like. This runs well. It's in good condition. I don't want to get rid of it. But no.
Yeah, I mean, we had one of the big ones and then one of the skinny ones. We lost the power to one of them, and you could only use one controller with the big one because it messed up. It was old, broke.
Oh, by the way, people, for me complaining about giving away my stuff, always give to the needy. Like, always do, but make sure that they don't need extra. Don't give away something you want. Like if you have something that you have an extra of, give them the extra. Keep one for yourself. And if you know for a fact that they're not going to keep it and sell it for other stuff, don't give it to them. This is what happened with the friends. Like we gave them, my stepmom gave them my stuff, even though I refused with it. I still had to give it to them. Otherwise, I was grounded. I didn't want to be grounded. I should have stood my ground because I knew exactly what they were going to do with it. They said it was for their kids. Their kids never play with that. They sold the PlayStations for illegal substances, and yeah.
Fun.
Yeah. I hate these people very much. And yes, I use the word hate because I have every right to hate them. Because they didn't even use the PlayStation. Like, if the fact that it was being given to little kids that are in a household that isn't very well, I was like, all right, fine. But as soon as I heard that they sold the PlayStations for that, it's like, nah. If they ever come back into the house, even though they never will, make sure I'm not there. Make sure I'm nowhere near these people. Otherwise, I will hurt. Like, they will get the hurt. They will. Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do it. It's not right.
I mean, not worth it.
No.
I've never done drugs. Never gotten drunk.
And if you are going to, don't lie
that.
about it. Don't lie about it. Be honest. Don't lie.
Yeah.
Don't make it worse for yourself.
Pretty much, yeah.
Own up to your mistakes.
So in this gaming podcast, you have learned some life lessons.
Life tips. We have to have life lessons.
Yeah,
we have to. Because in all games, teach life lessons.
Yeah, if you look close enough.
Like majority of games, when you're playing as a hero, you learn that to stand up for others.
Yeah.
Don't just be someone that's just off the sidelines. Don't ignore anything. Like, if you see something, say something. Do something.
Exactly.
And then there are other games that that basically show you, like, there are literally simulations for having anxieties and stuff like that. Like, one is for is a simulation for anyone with depression or multiple personalities. Like, there are multiple ones, and they show you such good things. Even though some of them are extremely terrifying, it shows you this is actually what it's like for some people.
Yeah.
And then you have a lot of horror games that are extremely messed up, but they still tend to have lessons in them.
Yeah.
And they basically show you, and a lot of them show you on how not to live your life.
Mm-hmm. But then there's Minecraft.
Actually, I will justify the logic in Minecraft and why it actually is a good game, but it's not. But I see it as an educational game, and the reason why is because it is a game perfect for geometry, like geographical stuff.
Yeah, I never even thought of it that way.
Like, Minecraft is an actual educational game, assuming you're not going on like the whole bunch of different like mods that involve fighting and all that kind of stuff. If you are actually like playing the game normally or in a good sense, it is a very educational game.
Yeah.
I know this because when we were in junior high, our computer lab upstairs, every time I went in there, like the class I had for that area, for that room, had Minecraft. Like, some of them played Minecraft. And this is when I was first introduced to Minecraft, actually. I mean, I was introduced to it before, but I never really got into it until I started seeing them play it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And then I actually started to get a little more into it, and I actually really liked the game. The main premise was one, there's a survival mode, which I absolutely love. I love survival games.
Oh, yeah, me too.
And it's like, it adds like a neat feature of like, hey, you can literally make just about anything you want on here, as long as it's in the sense of, as long as it's not round, or you're not, or it can be like put grid wise.
Yeah.
And like, it is pretty fun. Like, if you actually give it a shot, yeah, it's fun. Like, you can make a lot of different things. A lot of people have made a lot of different things and put a lot into stuff. Like, some of like the online servers on there, like, good gosh, like some of like some of the builds on there
Oh yeah, I've seen some of them.
Like there was this one server. I don't know who. I forget whose it was, but there was literally a statue of. I think it was, but the person that like owned the server was British, and in Britain there's like a statue. I want to say it's King George, but I could be extremely wrong on that. And I doubt we have any British viewers on here, but any member of any person from England and that area, I could be extremely wrong on this. I am not from your area. Don't be offended, but I'm pretty sure it was King George. It's like an exact like replica of it in Minecraft, and it looks like the actual thing. It's so like extremely detailed in everything, and it's
Yeah.
just awesome.
I personally don't have the patience to do that. I
I mean,
start
I don't
something.
either. Which is why every time I see stuff like that, I respect.
Oh yeah. I mean, I seriously can't sit down and build something like that. Like I could imagine it, I could start it, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm bored. I'm going to
I
something
can build a
else.
house. I can build a really nice house on Minecraft.
Yeah, I've built some nice houses on Minecraft, but
Like I've legit built mansions on there, and like creating like fountain systems and pyramids. Like I made like I do some really cool stuff with that. There's not just one thing that I figured that I started doing. If you make a pyramid, and at the very top of the pyramid, place either a lava. Well, it's best to place a water bucket, but yeah, water bucket's best to place at the top. You let it like run down because the way Minecraft works is with the water buckets, it goes down in 4 different paths. If all sides are clear, it just goes down in 4 separate streams from each side. Place on top, and then in the middle between like then with pyramid, there's like 4 corners left. You place lava at the tops of each of those corners and just let it flow. It looks pretty cool from above. Like fly above it, it looks awesome.
yeah.
And that was the first thing I actually really built that I thought was pretty cool. Then I built a mansion, and at the top of it, I built a pyramid and did that. And I thought, oh my god, this looks awesome. And then one of my friends outdid me by creating an even bigger mansion and multiple beacons around it, to where it had like lights going straight up, and they were like different colors. I was like, show off.
Yeah, I don't.
That's like the one thing with games. No matter how good you think you are, there's always someone one up in you.
Unless you really are the best.
Yeah.
But you know.
But even then, like, if you're called the best in a game, chances are there's someone out there that is much better than you that just hasn't been, like, arrived yet.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
you could be the best at some aspects, but there could be someone better than you at others. And then,
just like real life.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, games are very realistic because you learn stuff you learn in real life.
Mhm.
And for one of those is social skills. Before I started playing online games, I was very antisocial. I remained in with a certain group of, like, small group of friends that I've known for years. One of them is TJ. And it was just like this handful of people that I just stayed with. Then I started playing online games, actually got a mic and everything, started talking to people, and my social skills got better because I realized, wow, I made people laugh a lot. I don't know how I do it, but most of the time when I'm like talking to people, I tend to make them laugh. I highly doubt I'm making a lot of people laugh on here because I can't actually release my sense of humor.
Yeah. Agreed.
Which is why I really wish we'd switch from PNN to like our own channel. Like we actually need to make our own channel.
Yeah, we will eventually.
Like eventually, hopefully, very soon. I'm actually gonna like talk with TJ about this, about getting our very own channel for this podcast, and other stuff related to us. That is a plan that I have in motion. I know TJ was thinking about it, but we need to actually make it in motion. We had to make the plan, but we're going to make this happen. I don't know when. No idea when or how, but it will happen.
Eventually.
Yes, eventually. What time is it? It's
It's
only
3:48. Yeah. I've been checking the time. That's why I pulled
Why'd
my
I
phone
look
out.
at the computer? I have a watch.
I don't. I pull out my phone. I mean, this would have been much better if we had a bit of a plan coming in.
Oh yeah, no doubt, no
But
doubt. But at the same
no.
time, it's a podcast.
Yeah, now TJ's.
Podcasts aren't supposed to be planned. You're really supposed to ramble. I have a few topics in mind and ramble.
Yeah, but we didn't have any topics in mind. We just kind of came in. We're like, all right.
At least it didn't have any awkward silences.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. At least we have some stuff to talk about. TJ's probably sitting at his house watching, like, what are these kids doing? Why didn't they think of something? And TJ, you shouldn't have skipped.
Nope. I don't care how sick you are. You should have came.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, by the way, message for TJ only. I don't care how sick you are. Show up to D&D tonight. You show up.
You better be there. I won't, but you better.
That's another game I want to talk about. D&D. Since we're almost out of time, like we still have 10 minutes. D&D. A lot of people think, like, before I realized it actually wasn't a dead game, I thought it was a dead game. I thought since technology came through, like, D&D was pretty much no more. You had maybe a handful of, like,
Yeah.
older people, like, playing it. Like, you had, like, the dads that played and all that kind of stuff. But I thought, like, it was essentially a dead game.
Yeah.
Then, all of a sudden, it was actually last year. As a matter of fact, anyone that wants to look on the PNN channel, you will find another podcast of D&D, which is a graduate of the school, Thomas Roberts, and a few others talked about the basically D&D facts. They didn't actually play the game, which I thought was pretty stupid. No offense, Thomas. But it wasn't a good idea. It was like I understand the need for it. Like it had like the information. Like it was basically D&D info is basically all it was. But I think like when he said like he was gonna do a podcast for D&D, I thought he was actually gonna like bring in like a board and like friends and play and like play it. No, they didn't. They just talked about the like, fads and different things of it and like actually like making like characters in different classes. Which is not a bad idea, but that shouldn't have been the only thing that they did. But D&D itself is actually a pretty fun game. Like, if you are into like fantasy games whatsoever, you will love D&D, especially if you find good people to play it with. Like the group that me and Thomas are with, well, TJ. The group me and him are playing with, our dungeon master. He is good. When we first started, when first we made our characters, like he had to put us into the story, like way for us to like meet the party and everything like that, and he just like out the top of his head just like came up with something. Me and TJ woke up in a spider sack, and the party basically opened up, and there we were. And but we have I'm a Tiefling Road, I believe that's how you pronounce the race. I could be wrong on that. I'm pretty sure it's Tiefling. TJ's a wood elf. I think it was a wood elf. It's either wood elf or a high elf. He's an elf ranger, is what he is. And then we also have a cleric who is also an elf. We have, I think it's a human paladin. We have and a Tiefling warlock, along with a minotaur barbarian. And anytime you have a minotaur and the DM himself knows how to make jokes and all that kind of stuff, and especially when the minotaur is called Rock Hunter is the name of the minotaur, you're automatically bound to find some laughs in it. For instance, the guy that plays the minotaur, I don't know his actual name, but who knows anyone's name in D&D?
But my brother and his friends did.
The guy that's basically controlling Rock Hunter, he basically made the characters where every time there's a wooden door, he smashes it. There is no just opening it. There is only smash. And so I was basically scouting an area, and I used my investigation skill on there to basically investigate a door, make sure it's not trapped or anything. But I critically failed on it. Now, the dude didn't realize I critically failed. All I was able to tell was that it's a door. And so I looked, I was like, hey, it's a door. And so he's like, all right, I'm smashing it. And so he rolls. And he doesn't do extremely well on it. I believe he got like a 10 on it, or somewhere around 10. It was very close to 10, is what I'm pretty sure of. I know it wasn't like anything high. But he goes to charge it. And the door was metal. It wasn't wood. It was metal. So the DM was like, you gotta get ready to charge the door. You do a huff puff. You strike your feet on the ground, and then you charge. And all of a sudden you hear and all of a sudden you just feel this massive force go. And anyone on the other side just hears a big thud on the door, and you're a little like woozy from it. And that's when you notice the door is made of metal. Because he didn't tell me it was metal because I critically failed on the roll. I had no idea what the door was. All I know is that it was a door. And so the guy playing Rock Hunter looks at me. He's like, "I would have been nice to know it was metal." I was like, "You didn't ask if it was metal. I said it's a door."
Oh, that's funny.
And then because he's named Rock Hunter, he has like an advantage going against anything made of rot. So, for instance, golems. And so when we like the last session, we encountered golems, and Rodhar was about to strike one, was about to let go, and he's like, "Hold on, wait, do I get an advantage because they're rots?" And DM's just like, "Yeah, sure." And it's like there's a whole bunch of small stuff like happens, and oh my god. There's one thing that happened. I don't know if I can say it on here. Because our DM, like, when you go into, like, we don't have, like, he doesn't have an actual, like, map set up. Like, he basically draws it on, like, a grid paper, on basically a grid, like, poster thing. And when he was doing it, he was drawing a design that was, like, in the middle of the floors of a woman. And we went to draw it, and certain parts weren't where they should be. They were, instead of where they should be, they were on the neck. And anyone that understands what I am talking about when I say this, it's a certain part of a female that's not where it should be. It's literally on the neck. It's how he draws it. And we were making fun of him for doing that because that's not where they were supposed to go. And it's just a stick figure. Like, he just drew a stick figure too, so it even looked even worse. And the most of the time, like, we were there, like, it was just us dead, like, dying of laughter and constantly making jokes of this, to the point where he couldn't even, like, continue going on drawing it because he was laughing so hard. It was actually the first session me and TJ did. It was our first night. Like, I'm never forgetting this night because of the drawing. I think once we actually get this on our own channel, I will actually show the drawing. I have it on my phone. I will show it to you later. I'm pretty sure TJ might have already shown you though.
I don't think I've seen it.
But if you find a good group with D&D, you will have so much fun. And even if you're antisocial, it will get you out of a shell. Like, it is so fun. It's a create your own adventure, and there's so much less. Even if you don't always do what you want to do, chances are if you have a good DM, he will make it like where even though it didn't go as planned, it's still something funny to laugh about. And just anyone that like knows of like anyone that plays it, like if you have friends that play it, like play it with them. Try it out. That's what I always say, because I used to, like, I didn't think it was very popular, but it actually more popular than anything. Go on the app TikTok and you will see what I am talking about.
Yeah, I still haven't even downloaded that.
It's fun. It's fun. And if you also decide to do that, look up Coronas99 and follow him. He's a really cool guy, and he's totally not me.
I followed you as soon as I learned about it. Well, not followed you, but subscribed to you.
Yay! It's been a while since I've uploaded on that.
Yeah, I know.
All right. And there's the bell that tells us we are out of time. It's really good that we have that.
I know.
I mean, it's not 4, but it's like almost 4, like 2 minutes from 4.
Yeah.
All right.
Just like when the actual bell rings for school, 2 minutes before 3.
Yep. So, that is today's session of critical success. I hope you all enjoyed this nonsense that just happened.
Yeah.
And if we wasted your times, we do not apologize. All right.
I mean, it was fun.
We'll
me
see
out of
you
the
all in the
house.
next episode. Later.
See ya.